We would see kids, making these gains, and they get to 3rd and 4th grade. It was more difficult as those words were getting longer to be able to break those words apart into smaller parts.
The shift has come from what we thought might work to what we know works.
Right.
And it's giving them confidence to break down words and see those patterns so that they can use that when they're reading independently as well. They get to that point where they feel like they're stuck, and then we're able to get them over that, and it's come to a point where it's all clicking, and it's really cool to see that it goes in more of a sequence so that we can build on what they have already learned and then keep going with that.
When you put CK in a word, or when you put the vowel consonant E, like all these different rules, and I'm learning through the process of teaching this.
Yeah, coming from the classroom to a reading specialist position, like our shift has been from looking at reading books from like, look at the picture, does it make sense, to actually understanding how words work.
In a district this size and in public education, it's rarely ideal circumstances.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that we have so many people seeing that it's worth it to do the work. And why? Because it makes a huge difference, not just in at-risk readers, but all of our kids.
My goal every day when I go to work is to get my students to love to read. That's what it's all about, right?
I believe and I know that we can teach every kid to read, but can we get every kid to love reading? That's the challenge. And in order to do that, you have to have systems in place, teachers that understand, that feel supported. There's a ton of work left.
I was a struggling reader. I still struggle with making meaning and comprehension for reading. We switched as a district to like this shift of more phonics-based instruction. That's kind of why I dove in so deeply, because it's made sense to me. Growing up, I wasn't taught how to read. I was just given books. And I'm gonna cry, I'm sorry. Oh my God. And I tell my kids that all the time. I'm like, I couldn't read. Like, I couldn't comprehend. I'm learning with you. Like, I didn't know that this meant this, or that this was called this, or like, I didn't know a suffix was added to a base word to change the meaning. And I didn't know like these things, and I wish I had somebody to teach me that. And
awesome.
Now I get to do that.
Yeah.
You can talk about the science of reading. You can talk about these terms, phonics, phonemic awareness, oral reading fluency, vocab development. These are academic terms. But at the end of the day, I mean, what Sam is showing, that when it comes to kids, it's about hope. It's about social emotional health. If you're asking for the why, should we do this? Because it's a lot easier to just do what you've always done. Growth and comfort don't coexist. Leaders have to acknowledge that because teachers feel it. They certainly do.
Yeah.
That's what the science of reading is about, if you want to talk about the shifts in a nutshell. Right?
Yeah.
Hope for kids and empowerment for teachers.
Yeah.